plaintiff, Destiny Nieves, says the defendant is her mother, but she didn't raise her because she was in a gang and went to prison for 13 years. Destiny is suing because she claims her mother broke into her home and stole her property. Defendant Cynthia Arizari Cruz admits that she was not a mother to Destiny, but insists she has been trying to repair the relationship, and Destiny refuses to forget about the past. She's countersuing for emotional distress.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you, ma'am.
So, when I was younger, my mom went to jail for gang violence. When I was about 10, she came out when I was turning 16. My grandmother raised me. She took over the mother role. When my mom came out, she did turn her life around, and we have been trying to build a relationship. So basically, I've held a grudge against my parents for abandoning me.
What about your dad? Tell me about him. You didn't mention him.
Just in the streets too. Really didn't.
You seen him much over the years?
Yeah, we built a relationship over the years.
Hear from you. Want to give me some background, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor, I was 13 when I had Destiny. I was in, bad relationships. I was in gangs. I was not a mother to Destiny.
What city did you all grow up? What did you grow up in?
I'm from Cleveland, Ohio, sir.
Cleveland?
Yes, sir. I got in gangs. I was raising 8 brothers and sisters. My brother committed a crime. At the age of Destiny was 7 years old. I took the rap from my brother. They gave me 13 years in prison.
What kind of crime was that?
My brother did a drive-by. He shot somebody, and I went and picked him up.
Where is he at now?
He just committed suicide, Your Honor.
Sorry to hear that.
Yes. I witnessed my mom burn alive in a house fire with Destiny.
You did?
Yes, sir.
When?
Last year, sir.
What happened?
They just, my mom was like close to me in my house, and they just gave me a phone call at 3 in the morning, like, your mom's house is on fire. Destiny got from the club. She was knocking on my door, and I said, Destiny, take me right now, take me right now. And she took me to the house. The house was in flames. We screaming to my mom, throw yourself. All we hear is the explosion. My mom passed away at the age of 59. I witnessed that, Your Honor. Then 6 months after, my brother committed suicide on her birthday. So it's been hard for me. With Destiny, she's angry all the time. She always, every time we argue, she'd be like, oh, that's why you went to jail, that's why this, that's why that. Never, she always holds her son against me that I'm raising, because I love my grandson. And Destiny always, she's just a drinker.
Her son?
Yes, sir.
Why are you raising her son?
Because Destiny, me and her, we're living together, but Destiny, after my mom passed away, I feel like my daughter is angry more now. She drinks all the time, and she's a good mom, don't get me wrong, Your Honor. She works, but I feel like she's dying. She's drinking to the point to pass out, to forget of what she saw with my mom.
Did she ask you to help raise her son? Or
no, sir.
You intervened?
I just feel like Destiny, when she's a drinker, she's like another person.
But in terms of you taking care of him, she has to agree to it or something.
That's what me and her right now, we're having problems. Because I feel like I feel like Destiny got a drinking problem. I don't want that. Mm-hmm. What I went through in life, sir, I don't want my kids to go through that. And I tell them.
Or your kids and grandkids.
Right. And I told them, I said, look, I went through this. I was in gangs. I didn't have nobody to tell me what was wrong or right. The street raised me. I said, I did my time. I came home. I changed my life. I'll try to be there for her and her sisters. They gang up on me. They call me names. And it's bad, Your Honor, to the point that Destiny really tried to fight me with her friends. And I let her be known. I said, you put your hands on me, I'm going to go back to jail. Because I was raised like, you don't touch your mom. And I told Destiny, I don't want violence no more in my life. I was raised like that, Your Honor. Violence, gang banging, doing all this type of stuff, selling drugs. I was traveling real young, Your Honor. So when I was really angry, I didn't want to see Destiny. I told my mom, take her. I don't want to see nobody. You know, I was really angry. I just left to the streets. I didn't saw my mom for a while. So I just got in a gang and I just started being in the streets, Your Honor. But I feel like God saved me when they put me in jail, that I took that rap from my brother. And all them years, I started going to school in jail. I had a 4th grade mentality, Your Honor. 3rd grade, I took my GD. I started doing mother stuff in there. I took every program that you could name, everything. And I told my kids, I wrote them every time, every day, a letter. And I let them know, look, what I did, I'm sorry. I let her know all the time, I'm sorry. I want to change. I changed my life for the better, Your Honor. I don't do gangs no more. I even speak to kids in school not to be in gangs. You know, and I tell her all the time, she's just angry. She's just angry. She don't want to listen. Her sisters don't listen to me.
Her sisters meaning your other children?
Yes, sir.
How many?
I got 6 girls in total, Your
How
Honor.
many?
6 girls.
By what age?
I started at 13, 14, 15, like that, Your Honor. I was in the streets, 4 different men. You know, and I'm not proud of it. I tell my daughters, I don't want you guys to go through that. I'm here today to speak what I went through.
When did you come home from your prison?
In January 28, 2008, Your Honor. And after that, I have not got in trouble. I have not even gotten a ticket. Every time we argue, she'd be like, oh, that's why you went to jail. That's why this, that's why that. Never. She always holds her son against me that I'm raising, because I love my grandson. And Destiny always... She's just a drinker.
Her son?
Yes, sir.
Why are you raising her son?
Plaintiff Destiny Nieves is suing her mother, who claims after Destiny witnessed her grandmother die in a house fire, she started drinking heavily, and her life spiraled out of control.
You all ever thought about getting some family counseling, or you all live in the same town together?
Yes, sir.
You ever
Yes, sir.
talked about that?
I do. I tell Destiny, let's get help. But Destiny... she don't want to be around me. She always screaming. I feel like she wants to act like she's the mom and I'm the daughter.
How about your other daughters? How's their behavior?
Really bad, Your Honor. Right now I have a daughter that literally every time I try to discipline her, touch me, I will call the police on you. And they know that, you know, like I don't want to go back to that, you know? So I have to shut up and I have to just let them be grown. And I let them know, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let you guys be grown. You guys are going to learn the hard way like I learned, Your Honor.
What do you say to all this thing that she's saying about you and your sisters?
Well, I didn't.
Disrespecting her all the time. That's essentially what she's saying, that you and your sisters disrespect her all the time because of her past.
I feel like a lot of the things she said were lies. I felt like what she said about me being the mom and she's the child, that's very true. Because every time my sisters go through something, she calls me to lecture them, to discipline them. I feel like I'm the mother when it comes down to her. Like,
no, she's just found a way to communicate that will keep down perhaps the level of discord or the level of arguing that might otherwise occur. That sounds like you're level-headed, or that she regards you as level-headed. You should be happy with that. She calls you and says, hey, would you talk to your sisters? They're talking extra crazy to me, and I'm not going to go for too much more of this.
Yes.
I will be back in jail.
Yes.
So would you please call them and tell them to chill? That's what's happening. I don't even know you guys, and that's what's happening. Am I right or wrong?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes.
But I do the same thing with my kids, particularly my boys.
Your Honor,
I call my wife.
She witnessed not too long ago, like 2 weeks ago, her sister ran away because she wanted to go with a grown boyfriend. He was like 21, and I ran after her, and I just grabbed her by the hoodie. This girl screaming to the whole neighborhood that I was choking her. And because I already have a previous felony, right. I'm a criminal for this. I'm a criminal for people, Your Honor. I don't want to show my tattoos. I even let me borrow a jacket because I'm ashamed of what I. But this is what I. You know, this is me, Your Honor. This is what I went through. It's my life. I changed now.
If you didn't change your life, don't be shamed now. Be proud of yourself.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's changed your life. Coming from where you come from, overcoming all that, you should be proud of that. Most people would be dead or back in prison or currently in prison had their life been like yours, a life full of violence. Hey, let people say what they want. People say what they want about me. It's the same thing. We got similar circumstances, just mine is a number of years before yours. But yeah, as you see, folks see rather, I still have a little street edge to me. And I'm not afraid of that. People talk about my past. Good. I'm proud of my past. I'm proud I overcame my past, put it that way. So you can talk about it all you want. All you're telling me is about my inspirational story. Now, me hurting people, that's what I regret.
Yes.
Now, but aside from that, if you're talking to me about my past, I'm saying, yeah, sure did all of that. Now look where I'm at.
Yes, sir.
And that's how I want you to look at it, all right?
Yes, sir.
And don't worry about your physical appearance or what have you. I got folks that say I dress too fly when I'm not on the bench, you know, or too young or street or whatever. I wear jewelry. Yeah. Well, some star out in Hollywood gonna tell me one time, you can take what's this now, such and such out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of such and such. I say, sure can't, and so you better watch how you talk to me. No, but you should understand, and I'm giving this insight to other people like you and myself. Everything that has happened to you is you. As part of you.
Yes, sir.
Don't deny who you are. Regret the things that you did that hurt people, that hurt others, but don't deny who you are. I don't deny who I am. I say that to say, be proud of who you are.
Thank you,
Everything you've went through in life is who you are, not just a part of it. All right? And you too. Awesome. Everything you are, you heard me. Don't deny who you are. Regret who you hurt and try and make up for who you hurt. But other than that, don't regret who you are. That's who you are. And so what happened here?
I had went through a breakup of 6 years of my son's father. I ended up moving across the street from her, so we were clearly neighbors at that point.
Good.
My sister would be like back and forth between us, like staying with us and stuff. So I left a spare key in the back underneath a mat for them. My family was the only people who knew that key was there. And
how many family members you have?
Just my sisters and my mom. That's the only people I call my family.
Okay.
And I tried to look out for my friend, and I let him stay with me, just trying to help him to get on his feet again and stuff. And he had came home one day and told me somebody broke in the house. So I had left work early. When I had got there, I was kind of like...
How long did you know him?
For like 2 years.
And how long after meeting him did you move him into your house?
Like almost 2 years. It was like a year and like 8 months.
Be proud of who you are. Everything you've went through in life is who you are, not just a part of it. All right? And you too. Awesome. Everything you are, you heard me. Don't deny who you are. Regret who you hurt and try and make up for who you hurt.
Plaintiff Destiny Nieves is suing her mother, who claims after Destiny witnessed her grandmother die in a house fire, she started drinking heavily, and her life spiraled out of control.
You known him 2 years, you moved him in for what reason? Because he was down on his luck? What was his past like? That's the best way to put it.
Just in the streets.
Okay.
Right, a street.
So, hold on, man.
So
you move a street guy in your house, get ripped off, blame your mom. I'm sorry, go ahead. That's what we're doing here.
Yeah.
Move the street guy in your house, somebody rips you off and you blame your mama. Go ahead, ma'am. So how did you and him get along? And he's the one that called you and said, hey, You know I ain't working. You know I'm a street guy.
Right.
You know I'm this and that and the other. But somebody else broke in and took your stuff.
Right. So basically, I had went to the neighbor who was my friend. I had told him if he could look at the cameras or if he seen anything like during that day, and he said that all he seen was my mom and my go to the house, and then they went back. And I was like,
oh, so your friend that lived there, he never went out. He never left the house that day.
Yeah, he left at 12 o'clock. He said he seen my
Okay, so why didn't the neighbor see him going out?
He did.
You just said the neighbor only saw her and who she was with. It took me to appeal to your logic or your lie for you to say, yeah, that makes sense. So, new subject.
Your Honor, what happened was that when Destiny went to work, I went over
Don't
there.
tell on yourself. I was trying to analyze it myself, giving an objective opinion based on what I'm hearing, but you go ahead.
No, Your
what
Honor,
happened that day?
She always want to shop and always bring stuff to the house. He said, look, this is for Destiny. And I said, well, I take it over there. He said, well, I'll walk with you. And I said, okay, because I got to go do groceries. When I went like this on top of her door. I took the key, opened it, washed her dishes, put the stuff in the table, wash her dishes, put the key back, closed the door, sir, and left. She said, she didn't even ask me, Mom, oh, you stupid B word, you.
That's a lie.
Somebody came to the window, they broke my AC, and I said, why will you blame me? You got my grandson, I will never, mind you lived there in the front.
What did she say when you said, why do you blame me?
Right, she said, oh, because you don't, the neighbor said that they saw you and this person go over there. I said, I went to take your mail. I went over there to take your mail and to wash your dishes. Why would I come through the window if you have a key? Why would I steal from my grandson?
You told her, I don't have to come through the window because you just said you have access to the key. Why do you want to explain that? You said the person came through the window?
No, so basically she lied. She said I called her. That was a lie.
I understand. No. How did the person get in?
So it was, I just feel like they covered it up. It was, the AC was in there. They pushed the AC in. But the only reason I say that it was her, because one day he got drunk and admitted to me. He said, your mom planned it all. And he was like, we did. We took the stuff, I sold it, and then we split it.
Did you mention that to her?
Yes, and she just, there's a back and forth.
Sir,
she blames him and he blames her.
I told her, Destiny, I said, why would I want to steal a PlayStation, sir? Why would I want to steal anything out of her house when I'm the one that gives her money, helps her, pay her rent, not one
You
time.
never pay my rent.
Three times.
She never
pay
paid
her
my
rent,
rent.
sir, 3 times.
She has never helped you with
She's
it?
never, she said she raised my son. That's a lie.
No, we're talking about rent.
No,
but she's never paid my rent. And
never gave you
no,
money.
because I feel like
she's never helped you with
she's
your
making me seem to be this.
Ma'am, please listen. She has never helped you with your
She's
rent?
never helped me with my rent.
Okay. And what
Sir.
else do you say you've helped her with financially?
She said her car be messed up, and my husband, he's a mechanic, and I be telling him, fix her car
And I
for
pay
free. For not to
And
charge
I pay
her.
him.
When she goes out, I stay with my grandson,
That's
Jalen.
a lie, too.
I got a video for you, sir, for you could see the
You
party.
say she doesn't stay with you?
I brought a video for
I
you,
had to
sir.
literally beg her to stay with him. My
She said
son,
she doesn't do it at all.
not at all, but she
Well,
would
that's
not.
what you just said.
Okay.
You keep going back and forth
I
on
just feel like
everything.
my words are being
All right.
switched. Like I'm trying to.
No, that's very clear. She said, I help with your son. You said, no, that's a lie.
You help
And I
with
had to
Jalen, Mom?
drill you about it before you said a little bit or whatever it is.
Say the truth, Mom. You help me with Jalen?
I don't help you with Jalen.
I'm
I
asking
stay
you,
with
do you
Jalen.
help me with
I
Jalen?
stay with Jalen. When you go out, who stays with Jalen? When she goes out of town or she goes out of...
He's already said
if it's not me,
one
it's the
thing
other
and then
grandma.
said another regarding the kids. And the last thing she said to me was that you do watch the kids from time to time. All right. So, any other evidence?
They go back and forth
I don't
between the
even
two. Like,
talk
oh
to
no,
that
it was
man.
him.
I know.
Oh, it was her. No, it's just
But
a
we
back
don't
and
have
forth
to go
between
with
the
what
two.
was said. We go with the video, what was shown.
Right.
And you said that someone pushed the air conditioner in. Well, the video she showed that. The video she shows somebody pushing it in. Those people. Or the guy that stayed with you. Video doesn't give you much at all. So your friend that lived there, he never went out. He never left the house that day.
Yeah, he left at 12 o'clock. He said he seen my
Okay, so why didn't the neighbor see him going out?
He did.
You just said the neighbor only saw her and who she was with.
Plaintiff Destiny Nieves is suing her mother, who claims after Destiny witnessed her grandmother die in a house fire, she started drinking heavily and her life spiraled out of control.
What's your counterclaim, man?
Your Honor, I brought a video of Destiny drinking, and I wanted.
I'm 24 years old.
Yeah, but you drink.
I drink.
I want you to watch the video, sir.
Oh,
Like,
Watch the video first, sir. Watch the video.
It's okay, it's okay.
Tú le pones gasolina, mami, cuando ese cuerpo empieza a bailar. Esa noche no toca, baby, en la vida loca, baby. Todo el mundo la mano al viento, sube a los pisos, let's go crazy.
how old are you?
I'm 39, sir.
You better get you some millennial experience. Y'all doing that. Everybody from 16 to 34. That's what they do. The majority do that, man.
I don't mind that she drinks, sir. It's so like she works. That's fine. But don't, like, I feel like this, sir. I feel like my daughter drinks every day.
How do you
I
know
don't
that?
drink
You
every
feel
day.
like it. Where
No,
do you get that?
sir, I see my daughter. I
Okay,
see
well,
her.
say you see her
So
drink every
recently-
day.
so
Hold on,
recently,
ma'am.
so
You said
every
you
night-
feel it. So, you see her drink every day?
I see her drinking every day with her sisters.
Okay,
love
you
it.
all
Her
see each other
sisters.
every day?
With a 20-year-old.
I used to. I'm not
and a
gonna lie. When
19-year-old.
my grandmother passed away, I did.
Okay.
Say the truth.
But now, say the truth.
Just say the truth.
Say the truth.
After mommy that passed away, do you drink every day? Say the
I
truth.
used to drink every day.
Used to or you do?
I drink every day.
do.
I work literally every day. Literally,
get out
I
of
will
work
show
and
you my
smoke
schedule.
hookah
I
and you
work
go
every
drink
day.
2-3 bottles of wine every day. You smoke hookah. You get out of
You
work.
sit up and watch her
But
drink
there's a
3
life outside
bottles
of
of
this.
wine.
You're gonna
You
regret
sit up
your
and
life.
watch her drink 3 bottles of wine a
But
day.
no, she just sits there at the house and drinks and pours the wine and
Yeah,
I
you see
tell
her.
her, I'll be like, Destiny, I know you're going through something. Talk to me, because I'm going through it too, sir. I just lost my
No,
mom.
she's saying currently she
You know?
is not doing any of that. And the evidence that you showed, this is the point I'm making, that is not evidence of an alcohol problem. That is evidence of how millennials party now. You know, I'm just letting you know that.
I just want me and my daughter. Sir, I came here to get help for me and her. If we have to go to counseling, I'm willing to do it. I'm willing to get better with Destiny.
That's what I want to hear. Are you willing? At least give it a try?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I hope you're still willing to do it after I dismiss this case. Because the problem is, you had 3 people at least, at the very least, had access. And for sure, the other part of that, if you kept the key somewhere where anyone could get to it, but you think only my family knows. What about your family?
She's just been
discussing
lying,
it?
and I have
What
not been
about your
trying to
family
disrespect her at
discussing
all?
it with someone else? Or the guy, you know, she keeps the key. We don't know who did that, ma'am. You don't have enough proof to claim
she
it
has
dismissed.
literally-
Have a good day. Yours is dismissed. Yours is dismissed as well. No emotional distress there.
I'm sorry that I want to start fresh. You know, I don't want no more back and forth between me and her.
Plaintiff Teresa Lowe dated the defendant until she found text messages in his phone from another woman and discovered he was cheating. Teresa's suing because she claims after they broke up, he keyed her car, and she caught the vandalism on video. Defendant Robert Weary says after Teresa snooped through his phone, she falsely accused him of cheating. But he believes she's the one who was unfaithful. Robert blames Teresa for the incident with her car because he claims she brought the devil out in him.
Start with you.
Well, first, Your Honor, I hate a cheater. And
You are a cheater.
I hate a cheater.
Oh, okay.
No,
Go ahead.
I
I'm
hate
sorry.
a cheater. And I was married for 14 years. It was hard for me getting back into the field of dating again. So I met Mr. Weary in 2016. Beg your pardon?
What do you mean by getting back to the field?
Well, getting back into the field of dating again.
F-I-E-L or F-I-E-L-D?
F-I-E-L-D, field. Getting back into the field of dating.
All right.
You know, into a relationship with.
I gotta know. All right.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be funny.
Yes.
When you're not married anymore, you also don't have that feel.
Well, no, I had the feel, but
You had the feel. You still getting your feel?
I still get my feel.
Good. All right.
But in the midst of that, I met Mr. Weary in 2016. It was going pretty good. You know, we was hitting it off pretty fast. The relationship went real fast. My family loved him. You know, my kids loved him. My grandmother loved him. He even got his tattoos on his arm of my name and my grandmother's name. But going forward, in 2018, I noticed that the distance of me and him being together, it was kind of wearing out. I noticed that he was kind of like cheating on
Were you all living together?
No, we weren't living together.
Plaintiff Teresa Lowe is suing her ex-boyfriend because she claims after they broke up, he keyed her car, and she caught the vandalism on video.
How did you notice?
I happened to go through his phone, and I seen some texts and with
What suggested they were cheating now?
Of him meeting up with someone and just talking with a person and just the conversations of the text.
Nature of the text.
Yes,
okay,
and I was like, no.
When you mentioned it to him, what did he say?
He said that no, he wasn't cheating and these are just friends, but reading along with the text, it just so happened to be the same person every time. So at that point, I just said, we're just gonna call it quits. So he went his way, I went my way. But we still remain friends.
Okay, go ahead, let me hear from you, sir.
How you doing? I met Teresa Lowe in 2018 in a grocery store in the frozen section. And she
was cold. You should have known she was cold then, dog. You should have known she was cold. Go ahead.
And she had dropped something, on the floor in the frozen section. So I picked it up, and when I picked it up, I looked into her eyes, and I told her, wow, you look so gorgeous. And I asked her for her phone number. And first she was a little hesitant, and then she was like, okay, I'll give it to you.
Should have followed your first mind. Go ahead.
She gave me her phone number, and but I didn't call her right then and there because I didn't want her to think I was, well, how you say it in slang, thirsty. So I waited. I waited 2 to 3 weeks, and then after that, we got it going on. Again.
That was in 18.
18.
How did things go?
It went kind of smoothly, but then here she go with this again. She think I'm cheating.
What do you mean again? She had accused you before?
Yeah, well, and it's so weird. She went through I was over her house one day. We was in the bed, so all of a sudden she gets up and go in the living room and start watching TV. So I thought that was kind of odd.
What time was it?
About 2, 3 in the morning. Okay. I got up, say, why is you in here? She said, oh, no, she was giving this story, right? I said, come on back to bed. So something made me, in my mind, made me go through the couch. I don't know what made me trigger that.
You got up and went into the room she had been laying down in and started going into the couch? I
started going into the couch because she went back in the room. But I never told her this, but as I was feeling through the couch, I see a piece of paper. It don't got every number in my cell phone.
That you had?
I mean, everything. She don't jot it down, the numbers. She don't jot it down, everything.
All the women in your cell phone, I'm sure you're referring to.
Okay, so I tore the paper up.
What did she say to you?
She never told me about the numbers in the couch or none.
What did she say to you about the cheating period?
Oh, she said, well, I think you cheating on me. I said, I'm not cheating on me. I said, I think you cheating on me. Because I used to call her, right? and then she never answered. And then I'll call back a half hour, but I'll call private. And then when she answers, she'd be like this. hello. Like she's asleep. You sleep at 7:30 in the evening? Come on, man. So I just had a feeling that she was cheating. She was cheating, but I could never catch her.
You call, go to voicemail. Hour later, you reach them.
Hello. Like she sleep. Hello.
My wife goes walking every morning.
Yeah.
4-hour walk for exercise. I don't know, that sounds like she's walking to San Diego and back. That's fine, I go for the 4-hour walk. From time to time, I need to find out some information about the household or something in the morning, so I call, try to get the information. Boop.
Yeah.
Straight to voicemail.
Yeah.
Right? That's what you got?
Yeah.
Then when she does answer, half hour later, what'd you say she does?
Hello.
Okay, well, my wife goes, hello. Ain't too much walking in the world that you still huffing and puffing.
Yeah.
4 hours later.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Thanks for that.
Plaintiff Teresa Lowe is suing her ex-boyfriend because she claims after they broke up, he keyed her car, and she caught the vandalism on video.
Let's get back to your case. So tell me about when she went into your phone and mentioned that you had been talking to these specific women in a specific way.
I'll say, who you talking about?
Uh-huh.
And she wouldn't really say who. I denied it.
You denied it was in your phone?
Yeah, I denied it. I said, I don't know what you're talking
She didn't show you and say, here, see these messages?
No, because you know what she
You
did?
never showed him the message?
No.
I showed him, but
No, because you know what she
It
did?
just takes one time for me to see something.
You know what she did?
And it was,
You know what she did with my phone?
What?
She took the battery out. Before, she wrote all the numbers down, and then she took the battery out my phone.
So that you couldn't use it anymore?
Yeah.
You couldn't call your women no more? Or text your women anymore? All right, $1,055 for property damage. How so?
well, Your Honor, I had a birthday party, and I did invite Mr. Weary. As I stated, he's the family loves him. So he did attend, and I told him that there's no hard feelings of you coming, no emotional feelings of you coming. And he was like, no, I'm good. I'm good.
You weren't dating anymore?
We weren't dating.
Go ahead.
And this was years after.
Okay.
As I went to take items out to the car, my friends came back and said, Teresa, your car is all keyed up. And I didn't see Mr. Weary nowhere in the place anymore. So I had called Mr. Weary and asked him, did you key up my car? He assumed and told me no. We have footage of the videotape of him keying my
Let
car.
me hear from him first. Sir?
Okay, during a birthday party, I went to a birthday party. As I went in, she danced with me one time, and then I bought me a drink, and I bought her a drink. And then she went down and sat with this guy. I ain't think nothing of it. I said, okay, ain't no thing. You know, this her birthday party. She can do whatever she want. So,
didn't think so.
as an hour and something went past, I say, oh, so okay. Well, she ain't paying me no attention, so I might as well go on and leave. So I got
I
up.
told you to read your text. Don't you have some text to read? Go ahead.
So I got up and I left, going home. I got halfway home. Bam! I get a text. Why did you leave? Please come back. In my mind, I'm not going back. But I care about her so much. I turned the car, I made a U-turn. I ain't even looked for the police or nothing. I don't went
Now
back.
you were thirsty.
Yeah, now,
Go ahead.
I don't went back. I go in the place. I get me a drink. I buy her another drink. She go sit right back down with the guy. So I ain't thinking nothing of it. Okay. guess she'll come over to me in a few minutes. Time went by. Hell with me. I don't got mad. I'm mad now. I'm leaving.
Broke, busted, and disgusted.
Yeah.
Money on drinks, everything.
Yeah, my feelings don't got involved. I'm heated.
What did you say to him?
I didn't say nothing. I left.
Okay, good move, because you don't want to she with a guy and you don't want to start, and this is her birthday party.
Yeah,
good.
right.
Very good temperament.
As I was leaving, I don't know, the devil told me.
Oh, that's where that good temperament is. Oh, right.
Devil's swamp.
I'm complimenting you. Go ahead.
Hey, Robert.
Right. Hey, Robert, right. Go and say the devil whispered to
Hey,
you.
when I was leaving,
That's her car.
her car was to the left at the end. I say, okay, she want to make me mad? I'm going to make her mad. The devil said, get your key out.
The devil said.
I get my key out, Your Honor, and I was like, the devil say, do it. I said, okay then. Yeah. I did. And I went and got in my car.
Ma'am, did you call him back?
I did. I told him, I said, come on back. I said, you don't have to leave. Just come and have a good time.
Why did you call him back?
At that time, I didn't see that he was in emotion. Everything was
Why
fine.
did you think he left?
I don't know, actually.
Did you ask him?
Well, no, I didn't ask him. I just said, I said, you didn't have to leave. You can come on back. I said, Aisha and him is looking for you.
Didn't have to leave. That
Right.
suggests that you believe he thought he had to leave.
Well, I wasn't looking at it like that.
You just invited and told him to turn around and come back.
I said, you can come on back. Everything's fine.
You say everything's fine. That means there's an opposite to that.
Well, I didn't think that there was anything emotional feelings.
So why did you have to assure him that everything was fine?
No, because
Let's look at your thing, because now you're getting dishonest with me.
I'm not getting.
You knew that he was jealous, and that's why you called him back. You knew why he left. Go ahead.
There I go.
Yeah, there's the devil.
Yeah, the devil,
I go
huh?
the devil.
Yeah, you walk like the devil. That ain't how you usually walk, is it? That ain't how you usually walk. You possessed. You need an exorcist on this. Look at you. You're definitely walking like some type of possessed man.
There's the keys.
I'm sorry, ma'am.
Devil made him do it.
And he admitted to doing it. And he said you made him jealous. And I agree that he was jealous.
Plaintiff Teresa Lowe is suing her ex-boyfriend because she claims after they broke up, he keyed her car, and she caught the vandalism on video.
How long had it been, sir,
That what?
that you all had broken up?
Oh,
By the time her birthday party, how long had it been? Wasn't a year? I thought it was a year.
about 23 years. We never had no encounter or anything. I mean, no back together or anything. It's about 23 years.
Yeah, we was just.
That's why I didn't understand. And when I invited him, you know, he was still in the midst of with the family. Yeah.
So you're still jealous 23 years after you've broken up with her.
Exactly.
Wow.
You still possessed with something.
I'm still.
You, it sounds like. You ain't possessed with the devil, he possessed with you. 23 years. My goodness, the man you need, ma'am. Y'all gonna get, why not? What's wrong with it? You already know why. Cheat. That's why you won't take it back. $1,055 is your judgment, ma'am, for the property damage that the devil made him do it.
Thank you, Judge Mathis.
Hey, thank you, y'all.
Like I said, you're family, and you will always still be in the family. Everyone still love you, and we're gonna still continue to be friends.
No matter what the outcome was today, I still love you. I will always love you. You will always be my friend. We got history together, baby, and it is what it is.